What's up, average dad fan? Welcome back to another video, and it's another day, so another video on the VIVO X Fold 2. You keep asking for the videos, as promised. I'll keep churning them out, try and mix them up as much as possible. So today's, as you can see by the thumbnail, is all about getting your question answered. Now, I do respond to all comments left on any video, but it's always good to gather those comments and talk through some of them in video format for those people that are new to the channel or can't be arsed reading all the comments. So without further ado, let's get into your questions. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you. My last video posted around about 20 hours ago, and from that point it has gained 110 likes roughly and 40 subscribers. These screenshots are slightly outdated by an hour or two, but yeah, 40 subscribers and over 100 likes on that video. So thank you so much. All it kind of tells me is that you listen when I ask. Call to actions, YouTube call them, which are cringe. But if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and smash the like button, because it actually does help the algorithm. I'm starting to see just little things happen quickly, like my videos are, you know, top rated in VIVO searches. My own YouTube analytics, I'm getting lots of, you know, best performing videos, highest retention rate. So I guess that's down to you, and partly due to me making some content that you actually want to watch and not just feeding you bullshit. So by the way, before we get into the actual questions, you'll notice I've made a few bad words already in this video. That is because of this comment. I thought this was hilarious, and being a Scotsman, if I had known that for some of you hearing me swear once or twice would make you subscribe, trust me, I would have
fucking done it long ago.
Anyway, let's get into your questions. So first question is from GZ space P-01. Usernames are interesting on YouTube for sure, but essentially not so much a question, but I'm wrapping it up in a question that has been asked a couple of times. No, there is not an IR blaster on the VIVO X Fold 2. That has been removed from previous iterations, and most Chinese phones actually have it. Why VIVO have chosen to do this, I don't really know. It doesn't really cost much money to include it. It doesn't add any bulk or weight, so yeah, don't know why they've removed it, but no, it doesn't have it. And yes, Flossie will indeed be pissed that it is not there. Thanks, GZP0-1. P-01. Thank you. Next question is from the Black Smoke Monster. Quite a cool username, to be fair. And you're essentially saying, are the differences between the X Fold and the X Fold 2 more than I expected now that I've got it? Yeah, I think, again, it's only been a couple of days with the phone, but I'm certainly super impressed with the thinner build, the lighter build, the 2K resolution screen, just the fluidity and smoothness and speed of everything. And again, I've not used it for anything too intense, but I've mentioned before in other videos that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip does make a difference. So yes, I'll answer this question because I've got other questions about upgrading and stuff soon, so I'll not answer them in this answer, but I will answer you and say yes, I have been quite impressed. It's exceeded expectations to some degree. Yes, thank you, the Black Smoke Monster. The next question is from Lemster101. You are considering picking up the X Fold Plus at a discount compared to the X Fold 2. yeah, I can't disagree. Not a bad choice to make. I think you're roughly $200 to $300 cheaper buying the X Fold Plus than you are the X Fold 2. Obviously, you're losing the 8 Gen 2 chip for an 8 Plus Gen 1, both more than capable chips. You're gaining a periscope zoom lens. You're losing the 2K resolution. Essentially, there's a lot of positives and negatives, but in perspective, as far as foldable devices go, you cannot go wrong with the VIVO X Fold, the X Fold Plus, or the X Fold 2. They really are supremely well made foldable phones. One thing you did say was about the Pixel Fold, and I know you didn't say you were going to buy it per se. The Pixel Fold will be around £1,800, which converted is like over $2,000. That's about £500 more expensive than the VIVO X Fold 2 when imported from Wonda Mobile. I'm holding off on my thoughts on the Pixel Fold for now. That's all I'll say. AVS132, thanks very much for the comment. I have actually never to this point held in my hand an Oppo foldable device, which I'm kind of gutted about. I tried to get the Oppo Find N1 at a cheaper rate from actually a viewer, but it never happened. So I guess at this point, if you've got an Oppo Find N1 or a Find N2 and you're looking to sell it or let me borrow it for a review, leave a comment down below or get in touch on Instagram. That would be like amazing. I promise I'll look after it. I'll send it back. I'll pay for the shipping and all that stuff if you're not willing to sell. But anyway, to answer your question, obviously the major difference is the screen size and the overall size of the device. The chip, it's an 8 Plus Gen 1 in the Find N2, I believe. So the chip differences will be minimal as far as performance. Battery life will be slightly less in the Find N2, just purely because it's smaller and it's not the 8 Gen 2 processor. But other than that, I mean, it's a foldable device. Both have some of the best kind of seamless creases in the industry. I love Oppos. You can see my channel's got quite a few Oppo reviews from the Find X3, 5 and 6 Pro. Yeah, big fan of Oppo. For me personally, again, it's just that kind of 5.5 inch screen size is just a bit too small. I like a big book, but again, still open to buying or receiving an Oppo Find N or Find N2. Thank you very much, AVS. So the next statement comes from capital A, that is a unique username, ultimately asking or telling me how to get more subscribers. And I can't disagree. The only thing I would say is, with regards to making more videos about setup and the OS, they're slightly boring videos to make. You can just Google kind of Origin OS software or One UI or MIUI, whichever software you use. And also, I've done it. For the VIVO X Fold, I made a couple of setup videos, a couple of Q&A videos answering all your questions. So the videos are there to be found, and the differences from the VIVO X Fold to the X Fold 2 are none when it comes to software and setup process, so you can watch them there. So hopefully you'll subscribe and get other people to subscribe because those videos exist on my channel. But I get your point. Essentially, make more content. I'm going to try, and I will do a setup video for the X Fold 2. Thank you, Now to one of the most asked questions I have had since releasing my VIVO Fold X2 like teaser video a couple of months back, and that is it worth upgrading? If you have the VIVO X Fold and the X Fold Plus, is it worth upgrading to the X Fold 2? Now, I'm going to try and make this answer as short as possible, but I want to shout out, encourage you. for being one of my most loyal and longest serving subscribers. So yeah, thanks for the question. And to answer, still no, don't upgrade unless you have the funds, the money, and you want the latest and greatest from Vivo. In that case, go ahead and do it. And as a little caveat to that, you can sell your VIVO X Fold or X Fold Plus for anywhere between 900 and 1100 bucks. Or pounds probably, depending on where you are. So when you consider that you can buy the X Fold 2 for around 12 to 1400 pounds, is it worth upgrading knowing that it's only going to cost you a couple of hundred to do the upgrade? Yeah, up to you. What do you prefer? A 2K resolution screen, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip, better battery life, or a 5x periscope zoom lens? The sensors on all the other cameras are slightly better than the X Fold Plus as well. So slightly better images, slightly better image processing due to that new SoC, and again, no periscope zoom lens. So there's essentially up to you. I'm not going to sit there and say you should absolutely upgrade, because that would be dishonest of me and it would be irresponsible. I think do your reviews, preferably on my channel, and yeah, consider the finances. And if you are selling your X Fold or X Fold Plus, keep popping it down in the comments below. I've already seen a few, and I've seen a few subscribers get back to other commenters. So yeah, let us know in the comments if you're selling your devices. Okay, we're almost at the end of my Q&A, just a couple more to go. This one is from Kent, and it is simply, how are the cases? Well, the case on the VIVO X Fold 2 is perfect. It's a good protective case that has exposed parts for the charging and for the volume buttons. It covers the whole back. It's got a protective ring around the camera lens. It looks exact same and feels exact same as the actual phone. So yeah, the case which is included in the box is perfect. If you're asking if I've purchased any OEM third-party cases, I haven't. I actually don't use cases on any devices normally, typically, but because this case is such quality and looks exactly like the phone, I slapped it on, and again, doesn't add too much thickness to the device. Now the next comment is from Hayes M5, and he's ultimately saying, with the VIVO X Fold and X Fold Plus, that big black square camera housing, is it wasted space? Could they in fact add a display on the rear to see notifications, to see yourself in like selfie cameras, exactly like the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra that I also had and reviewed a while ago? Yes, I guess they could, but that is only going to add to the cost of manufacturing, and then in turn add to the cost in your wallet. And if I'm being entirely honest, on the Mi 11 Ultra, I never used the camera. I personally prefer the look of the X Fold 2 now, just a simple circle camera ring, and that works for me. But yes, if they are going to bring it back, then having the functionality of a screen would be fine as like a mini always on display, as long as it didn't add much to the cost of the device. Okay, penultimate question from Stefan Kral. Is Android Auto working? Can you use Android Auto? The answer is still no. Not easily anyway. However, the Gadget Goddess on YouTube has found a way through XDA forums to do this. I believe it means rooting your phone, or bootloading it anyway. Not for me. But if you are desperate to use Android Auto and using a cable or Bluetooth isn't good enough for you, then there is a way to do it. I just haven't and won't be doing it. Thanks, Stefan. And the final question, I've saved the best for last because it's come from one of my only, if not the only, female viewer. When you look at my analytics, it's 0% female audience, so thanks for that. Constanza, to answer your question, no. The screen is exact same size and dimensions. However, it's a 2K resolution now, slightly up from the previous. Better LTPO technology as well, so helps with battery saving. But no, the outer and inner screens are both 6.5 inch and 8.03 inches respectively, so the same size. Now, that has been it for my Q&A on the VIVO X Fold 2. I may well make another one because I know on the back of this you're going to have more questions. So leave your questions in the comments and I will do a follow-up Q&A video because you guys want to know. You're going to spend a lot of money on this device potentially and you want to know everything about it. Now, remember, if you are spending a lot of money on this device, make sure you're purchasing it through Wonda Mobile using my affiliate link in the description. The affiliate link will not get you a discount up front, it will give me a kickback. It'll also give you a small discount if you pay by bank transfer. So if you don't use credit card or PayPal, but pay by bank transfer, you'll get a 3% discount. Not much, but it's about $50 on the device. So it's better than nothing, I would say. And yeah, I will continue to use this phone daily, all day. I love it. I will do a separate camera comparison video. I'll compare it to other foldable devices and eventually I'll get round to a day in the life or a full review of the VIVO X Fold 2. Until then,